Hello, this is Maggie's first training video for you. This is also going to be a part of Roxy's homework that I want you to practice while y'all are at home doing training with her. This is what I was telling you about called Sit on the Dog. So I'm going to zoom out. The quality is going to go down because I'm zooming out, but it'll be a little easier for you to see her whole body. So this is called Sit on the Dog. I have a leash on her right now. It's attached to her collar, and my foot is at the very end of it, right before the buckle in her collar. That's just so that I have a little bit more control over her to lay down. We started out with just telling her to lay down, and she would lay down and sit right back up, and lay down and sit right back up. So that's when we graduated to the leash. I always do things, new behavior modifications like sit on the dog very gradually. I let them start out, as little as possible, like we did, just telling her to lay down, expecting her to stay, and she didn't, and that's when we amped up to the leash. And so all this is doing is teaching her to settle down when I tell her to. So forced settle down. And this will be really good for her in aiding in learning patience, and learning to let things go, like when dogs, get too excited and that bothers her, or if a dog's trying to play with her toys or whatever. This forced settle down will teach her to just kind of relax and move on. And so I'm going to, reinforce a lot of the behaviors I'm expecting. So she's laying down, she has her head down, relaxed. She's not bothered by Gretel here. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Good girl. Good, settle down. Good girl. And so you see how I'm telling her this is a settle down. This is the command I want to lay on to it. It's called settle down. So she knows that now, from now on, once you practice this and she gets the idea and she understands, settle down means she needs to find somewhere and lay down and relax. Take her mind off of whatever's bothering her, etc., etc. And again, this will be awesome for Roxy as well. If you see Roxy kind of getting a little amped up and you know that triggers Maggie into a little bit of aggression, you can tell Roxy to settle down and practice this with her, and that'll kind of teach everybody just to, basically, for lack of better words, just woo-saw, just relax, nothing's that big of a deal. And so that's what we're practicing with her. We do this just a little bit every day. I started it today because I noticed she kept pacing back and forth in the kitchen, and with her getting on the island the other day, I didn't want her to be in the kitchen anymore. I wanted her to come out here, and she was having a hard time listening to me tell her that. So that's when we practice Sit on the Dog. This will also help me bond a little bit more with her. She'll understand that I'm the boss now. She needs to pay attention to what I'm telling her and listen to what I'm saying. And overall, again, I reiterate, that force settle down. We'll probably do this a few times a day, 1 or 2 here and there. I usually do about 15-20 minutes at a time. Sometimes it's less than that. Sometimes it's more than that. Things I look for exactly like she's doing now. She's laid down. She's relaxed. Her head is on the floor. She's not trying to get up. I usually wait a few minutes, maybe 5 or 10 before, with no attempting to get up before I release them. And so this will just really, overall help me and her understand our boundaries and our rules and what we expect of each other. And it'll help her learn to kind of relax a little. So you'll do this with her. And then while we have her for 3 weeks, I want you to do this with Roxy as well. So this is one of your training things I'm sending over for Roxy as well. All right.